Daniel's Dread Tales is a show for grown-ups. It may contain adult language and adult themes. Please check the episode description for content warnings. Last time on Eternal Lies, hot on the trail of a case that sends shivers up their spines, the investigators spoke to a stunning starlet before doing some digging at Edgar Job's alma mater and ultimately finding themselves at the site of the horrors now a decade past. Ms. Morgan, feeling adventurous, slipped a form in her info, and the next they knew their rooms had been torn asunder, evidence removed. In its place was left a threatening message to leave town. Or else! The die is cast, the pact is sealed. May God have mercy on our souls. It's Daniel's Dread Tales. I'm your game master, Daniel Fernandez, he, him.
I'm Damien, he, they. I will be playing Reginald Kilworth.
I'm Nathan, and I am playing J.B. Falk, a writer.
I'm Russell, they, them, and I'll be playing Collin, Kane, Private Eye.
I'm Renee, she, they, and I will be playing Dr. Kane Morgan, she, her.
Let's get into it, shall we?
Let's.
Okay.
So, you guys, did you all go to the same hotel as you are trying to find another place to stay? Are you staying down in Long Beach? Are you trying to go somewhere else? We said that you were going to go to another hotel, but where were you thinking you were going? Because if for people who are just joining us and need a refresher, all your hotel rooms got ransacked by somebody who knows who you are. And they told you to leave town. They left a note.
First things first, we're gonna get Miss Morgan here a refund.
Actually, I don't hate that idea.
Okay, so before you leave, you're going to go to the front desk and ask for a refund?
Yeah, someone
Yes.
ransacked our rooms.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah, like, what kind of security system is that? Like,
Well, it's the 30s, so it's probably just a guy named Doug or something.
Well, there's probably, this is a nice place. They have an in-house detective.
exactly, it's a high-end hotel.
Yeah.
I lost a whole credit point.
Yeah. Well, speaking to them, we don't need to play out the entire scene, but there is a lot of apologies.
I'll fucking bet.
Yeah. I can't believe this happened. We can make sure that, obviously you've already paid for the room, but we can refund you for any time going forward. Sincere apologies, all that stuff. Is there anything you'd want to talk to the hotel staff about in particular besides their, giving you sincere but useless apologies?
This is an out-of-character question. Was anything missing from my room?
No.
That's actually a really good question. We were more worried about the mystery stuff vanishing. Could also just rob
Yeah,
us.
I guess it's reassuring that they only took the clues and not any of our money or clothes.
Yes, they did not take any of your money or your clothes or anything like that. This actually comes up. They ask what was taken. What was the value of the things that were taken? I don't know if you tell, you're not going to be able to tell them that we had secret clues to a cult stolen. Well, maybe you tell them that. I don't know, but
No.
Let's keep that one to the chest.
Yeah.
I've learned my lesson. Holy hell.
You should be able to trust some people in this world, but not everybody.
Nope, never again.
Never again. Nope.
Okay.
Right back into the box I climb.
Some people are liars. You know what? I think you are going to get a refund. You spent a credit. I'll let you take back a point of your credit score. I'll let you do it.
Yay.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Thank you, benevolent GM.
Yes. And I'm so sorry that this happened. We talked to the security. No one seems to have seen anything happen. Some people came in and out, but they were all, maybe the people who did this disguised themselves, or they stuck in the back, or I don't quite know. I apologize.
I think your security needs more training.
Well, yes, I suppose so. We do have security at the front door, but this person must have either gotten past the front door or they were able to go around or something. This must have been a professional of some sort.
Should we go talk to the front door person? Or is
Well, I
it a-
think we already know everything he knows via this guy.
Yeah.
Fair enough. If nobody wants to do anything, let's head to the other hotel.
It might be worth getting a hotel in town so we're not driving all day.
Yeah.
What time is it right now?
8 o'clock.
Okay, yeah, we should still be able to.
I mean, you'll be getting in pretty late, but there are hotels hotels definitely could let you in late.
Yeah.
Now, are you gonna try to go to a nice hotel, a cheap hotel? What are we thinking?
Well, Reginald would like to stay in a nice-ish hotel, but yeah,
You go to the Chateau Marmont.
I think that might be above his pay grade.
No, the Chateau Marmont only has 63 rooms, and they're mostly reserved for celebrities.
Yikers.
Colin Kane's gonna suggest a real dive where people hold on to their money tight and eye everybody coming in real suspicious like.
Don't say the bank.
What? I didn't say the bank.
It sounded like you were about to say the bank where all the people were squatting.
Nah, we need to do something about Legacy first before we can settle in there.
Gotcha. My bad.
It's not exactly safe to be a woman in a place like that, Mr. Kane.
You can go stay at the Ambassador Hotel.
What's it like?
It's a pretty nice spot, but it is very large. It is another place that is frequented by celebrities. It has the very famous Coconut Grove nightclub there. And also, Robert F. Kennedy is going to be shot there in 1968. But that doesn't really matter.
We have time. We can stop it.
We can stop it. God. Oh my God. We could stop. We could.
I mean,
that
we
would
could
really
kill Hitler.
Oh God. We're just going to stop doing everything and we're just going to go.
We need to go to Austria right now.
Yeah. If we're trying to
fuck.
go to a nice place, we could go to the Ambassador Hotel. If you want to go to a crappy place, you could go to a hotel whose name I don't know, but can make up for you.
The Chateau Crap.
Higgledy-piggledy.
The void.
Okay, so we're going to a lousy place.
No, we're not.
Oh no.
How about we find a middle ground?
Okay, well, you find a middle ground hotel then. I only know the names of fancy hotels. Those are the ones that are written in the history books.
You don't have an encyclopedic knowledge of every hotel in LA in the 30s?
No.
A
Oh,
true
for
fan of
shame,
Los Angeles would know.
For shame.
I know. You just stay at a hotel. Why are we worrying about it? You stay at a nice-ish hotel.
We did it, everybody. We made him give up.
Woo! I'm sorry, Dan.
It's fine. Okay, so you make it into your hotel. You're all pretty tired. What's the room situation again? Are we getting 3 rooms? What are we doing?
Reginald's getting his own room.
Yes, obviously.
Okay,
Yeah, basically same setup as last time.
same setup as last time. Okay, got it.
Well, unless Miss Morgan here wants someone to watch her back while she sleeps.
Would you trust any of us to do that?
I've trusted Rich to do that several times.
I mean, that might not be the worst idea. I'll leave the happy couple alone. Mr. Kilworth, don't take this the wrong way. Do you mind sharing a room with me?
Yeah, that's doable.
Perfect. Thank you.
What do you mean by that happy couple thing? Anyway, let's go, JB.
All right. You're able to return to your rooms. What do we think everybody does? Just give me one quick snippet of what you think your character's doing, adjusting to the new room, and maybe the fact that things are taking a little bit of a turn in your investigation.
Tune into the local news on my radio.
Things are generally peaceful. In fact, just listening to the radio, it sounds like there's crime seems to be down in Los Angeles recently. Must be nice.
Trying to put honest detectives like me out of work.
Yeah.
On.
Honest enough.
Doesn't remember doing theft.
Yeah.
Reginald is going to actually spend a portion of the night looking at the stone glyph of the lidded eye that he had lifted back in the pilot. And until he passes out, he's going to be taking notes in his personal journal, making sure he's got that down. And then he's going to, before passing out, stick it in his jacket again.
Dr. Morgan can't sleep very well, tossing and turning. Can I say there's a balcony?
You know what? There's a window you could open. There's not really a
Sure.
balcony. You're kind of not at that great of a hotel.
I open the window, just look out into the night city, smoking one of those skinny lady cigarettes, and I take my wallet and I take out a picture of myself with my late husband, William, and I'm just sort of talking half to myself, half to him, and I honestly don't know what I'm doing. You said I should enjoy life, but I think I'm doing it all wrong. What am I doing wrong? I suppose I get a couple hours of sleep eventually.
Okay. And JB, anything in particular you do before bed, or anything else about your evening routine?
Probably just jotting some stuff down in my notebook, sorting out the very interesting day we've had.
JB, you keep itching the back of your neck as well, and you realize that a fly must have bit you, and it's like one of those nasty, a little bit infected bites that's really itchy.
Ugh.
You had a bad time out there at that farm. It was no good. Y'all wake up the next day. It seems like somebody has your number a little bit. Hopefully you've lost them for now, but you still need to track down the remains of this cult and also maybe figure out what's going on with these people that are telling you to stop looking into whatever you're looking into. To be fair, they weren't specific. They just said, stop what you're doing and go home. So, I guess they're probably involved with the cult, but you don't know that for sure.
I mean, it's a fairly safe assumption.
It is a fairly safe assumption. So, what do y'all want to do? I assume that you're all having breakfast again. There is not an in-house restaurant here, but there is a diner just down the block from your hotel.
Yeah, give me some of that puffed wheat. The only breakfast that's shot through a gun.
What?
What?
I was listening to the Dick Tracy radio play. That was one of the sponsors.
Okay.
Puffed wheat, the only cereal that's shot through a gun to become 8 times its regular size. To deliver that nutrition, trigger fast.
My God.
I believe that show is more for children, but sure.
Yeah,
The ads are working on you.
absolutely. Well, George Ayers seemed like someone to follow through on, but he's left the country. We do have Buchwald's first name, Abraham.
Yeah. There was one more thing about Ayers. There's one more thing you could follow up about him.
Right, there was the warehouse.
Yes.
Yeah.
What do we know about Buchwald? Abraham Buchwald.
Also goes by Town Car. Looked like he was the accountant for this macabre cult thing.
Abraham Buchwald is the one who has the farmland in the north of LA.
He'd been paying the property taxes.
Oh, okay.
Ramona Calvaria was the one who owned the farmland.
Okay.
But he
Came down with a case of lead poison.
yeah. So, what will you do?
Have we followed up at all on this Olivia Clarendon?
JB and I talked to her yesterday.
Yeah.
I let JB take the lead, and he did it like a champ.
Yeah, seems like she didn't really know all that much. But that did lead us to the farm, which was... Well, you know how that went.
Yeah, that's entirely fair. We should probably check out this Ayers' warehouse.
That was going to be my suggestion, yes.
I would maybe suggest that if we want to cover more ground, we don't necessarily need 4 people to look through Ayers' old stuff.
Colin Kane would like it to look into Abraham Buchwald.
How do you intend to do that?
Start out in the phone book, and then maybe the library, and see if he's ended up in the news.
Easy enough. You could grab a phone book and look up Abraham Buchwald. Because you have his full name, you spend a little bit of time. You have to call a couple of places, but you track down his downtown office.
All right. Is he listed as an accountant?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah, he's an accountant.
Accountants are evil, it's a known fact.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't have accounting, unfortunately.
I do.
Right.
I rest my case.
Hey, JB, you want to run with Collin on this one?
I don't see why not.
I was wondering if you were going to be like, I took him yesterday, don't make me.
So JB and Collin are going together, and then Kay and Reginald. Where are you going to go together, or are you going to split up?
I would be reluctant to go to an unknown warehouse alone.
Yeah, Reginald's interested in the warehouse.
Yes, I mean, we started the whole heirs thing. We might as well finish it.
Okay. Let's say you go to Buchwald's office. He just has an office that has regular business hours. You go during business hours. How do you intend to approach him?
You know what? I think I'm gonna try to do some digging on this end stuff.
Do you have a plan?
Sort of.
Well, you don't just walk into his office. He has a waiting room with a secretary. And as you enter in, they say, "Hello, welcome to Buchwald and Associates. Do you have an appointment?"
Tell him Ramona Cavalry is here to see it. I bet he'll make time for us real quick.
Okay, I don't have an appointment for Ramona Cavalria. And she presses the button. "Mr. Buchwald, I'm sorry, there's a Ramon Cavalria here to see you?" "Yeah?" "Oh. I'm sorry. He said he's not seeing anyone right now, and that you need to leave."
Yeah, we found the right guy.
All right, now JB, you go see if his office has a window that he's climbing out of right now.
You are on, like, the 12th story of an office building. He's probably not climbing out the window.
He could be.
Yeah. Ultimate escape.
I'm gonna have to ask you gentlemen to leave. Thank you.
We could just wait outside his office until he leaves.
The patient strategy.
It's a big part of detective work, JB.
Yeah.
Well, if they're just gonna wait, let's go over to the warehouse. The warehouse is a university-owned warehouse. Actually, it is, it's not just owned by the university, but the university rents out space here. Though a lot of it is rented out to the university. The university needs to store a lot of stuff.
That makes sense.
Right.
Yes. You enter in, you show your slip. The guard seems to be very uninterested. Technically, there's like a security guard here, but they're actually like their nose is in a paperback and not really looking at you when you come in. You show them your pass, they barely look at it as they wave you through.
What are they reading?
It's like a spy novel.
Ooh.
Nice.
Actually, is he reading one of J.B. Falk's books?
Yes.
Ooh, that would be cool.
Yeah, you look at it, it's The Sudden Stop, which is one of J.B. Falk's books. It's part of his Alex Casey series, which I've decided is one of your books series.
I approve.
It sounds right.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
We'll see if anybody knows what I'm talking about. That is a reference. Okay, you're directed to the area where the crates are. It's actually 3 different areas. They're actually a little bit spread out. You'll need to split up and start looking around. Are there any skills you would like to use as you're trying to find all this stuff?
Evidence collection?
Hey, there you go. Evidence collection. You're able to get all the stuff there.
I've got 1 point.
It's going to take you a good chunk of the day poking through these books here, but I will tell you this much. It is beyond clear that Ayers is involved in Cavalry's cult. He has a lot of books here that are of an occult nature. You also are able to find his full travel itinerary.
All right.
It looks like he traveled to Ethiopia, and you actually have the specific place that he went to in Ethiopia.
Uh-huh. We knew that he went to Ethiopia for an archaeological dig.
Yes, but now you're getting information about the specific place that he went to in Ethiopia. Now, it's taking you time to look through all of this stuff to find that, but it looks like he has an archaeological site involved in investigating some sort of ancient religion.
And no notes on what sort of ancient religion that is?
Not specifically. I mean, there is a lot of stuff that you're looking at. You see that, well, there are a lot of books here, and you kind of have to just, like, find a table here to sit down and start, like, reading them. It's taking you a little while to go through all of it.
Mm-hmm.
But as you go through it, you find an address book here,
Mm-hmm.
full of a bunch of names and addresses and phone numbers. Cavalria is in there. There's other names in there, but without knowing, what those names are, it doesn't really do much good for you. There's an autographed promotional poster that says, "Thanks for all your help," signed by Olivia Clarendon. From one of her
Ooh.
movies in the 20s.
We already knew they knew each other.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff about the occult here. In particular, there is a name that you see often is the Liar from Beyond.
Oh my.
Capital L, capital F, capital B.
Mm-hmm.
Which seems to be maybe what the cult was dedicated to. If you would like to spend a point of library use or evidence collection, you might be able to get a little bit more out of that.
I shall do so.
You maybe find like a side room as you start going through the books and start reading them a little clearer, while Reginald is maybe going around finding some more of the stuff here and there. And as you are reading it, you see that there are actually two entities that Ayers was concerned with. One was named Golgoroth, also called the Fisher from Outside. And then also, as you're reading one of his unpublished papers, it's also a completely unpublishable paper. Nobody would ever written this or published this. Ayers seems to not care for Golgoroth. He thinks of him as an intergalactic buffoon. A strange, dangerous, and unknowable buffoon, but a buffoon nonetheless. While he writes about how Ekaveria spoke of the importance of venerating Golgoroth, the Liar from Beyond, because it appears like Ekaveria used those names interchangeably. Ayers does not, and sees them as two separate beings.
Wait, Ayers believes that there is a second being called the Liar from Beyond.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ayers believes that the Liar from Beyond and Golgoroth are two separate things. The Cavalria believes that they're both the same.
Gotcha.
You also, because you have read all of this, I don't know where you want to make a note of this, you have a 1 point Cthulhu Mythos special point that can only be spent on Golgoroth or Liar from Beyond related things.
Okay.
Because there's not a true point of Cthulhu Mythos, your sanity is not reduced. Though, that could still happen.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah. As you're going through the itineraries and stuff there, Reginald, I need you to make a sense trouble check. Difficulty 5.
Ooh. I am going to spend 1. Aha! I rolled a 6. So
you
7.
rolled a 6?
Yeah.
But I wanted something horrible to happen to you.
I bet you did.
It was gonna be great. All right. There is somebody who is watching you while you're going through these things. It's a man, and they're hiding between the stacks, and they're watching you.
Now, where they're hiding, is it anywhere near where some of the Ayers stuff was?
Yeah, they're near one of them.
I want to make it look like I don't notice them, but I'm just going to, either put something back or grab something new and scuffle them.
Oh, okay.
Not necessarily to do damage, but more to kind of grab them.
Okay.
So I'm assuming I'm going to need to make scuff. You know what? I'm going to spend 2.
Ooh.
I have a lot of scuffling.
Scuffle that motherfucker.
That'll be an 8 in total.
Yeah, no. You get the drop on this guy as you grab him.
Yeah, basically, Reginald just kind of quickly reaches out, grabs this person's arm, and tries to bring them to the ground.
You succeed because he rolled so dang well. And you have now pinned on the ground a sweaty man, a little shorter and chubbier, with definitely some scars on his body. This guy has fought before. You notice that he had a blackjack in his hand as he was sneaking up on you. Seems like he was maybe trying to club you.
Do you mind if I ask what you're doing here?
Hey, man! None of your fucking business, okay? I need to keep an eye on this place. That's all.
And who's telling you need to keep an eye on this place?
There's stuff here that needs to be, they need to keep an eye on it, You saw that security guard out front. He's a fucking moron. He can't do shit. So I just, people don't come here too often, and now you're looking at stuff that is, it seems like it might be kind of important, so I was maybe keeping an eye on you.
I would like to spend a point of intimidation.
Oh, you're straight up spending the point.
Yes.
Okay. You are definitely going to succeed here. Okay. Well, depends what do you say to him.
Reginald is just going to lean in very close and menacingly whisper into this guy's ear, "If you don't tell me who you're working for and what it is that you're supposed to watch, I'm going to make things very painful."
I'm going to tell you this. He is not going to talk unless you do actually do some physical harm to him.
The way I'm picturing Reginald holding him down, he has his right forearm on the back of this guy's neck and his left knee pressing down just on the shoulder side of his elbow. And he's going to start pulling up on that arm.
God, okay. If you were not used to committing violence on people, I would have had you do some stuff there. But you're an ex-soldier, right?
Yeah.
You were in the military, so you're fine to do this. Okay, all right. Let me fucking go.
At this point, I buried in the books as I am. I hear the screaming, and I.
Actually, I need you to make a sense trouble check, difficulty 4.
Oh shit! Oh fuck! 2.
Unfortunately, you don't notice the thug who sneaks up behind you
Oh shit!
with a chloroform-soaked rag.
Oh
So we'll get back to you later. Sorry about that.
no, that's pretty cool.
Oh, all right. There's this guy. Okay, this guy paid me to be here.
Nay.
I don't know his first name. He's called Captain. Everybody just calls him Captain Walker. I don't know what his name is other than that.
Mm-hmm.
He throws me some work time to time.
What did this Captain Walker tell you to watch in here?
He told me to run you guys out of town.
Hmm.
I made up the stuff about watching this stuff. We were, please. I told you all I know. I'll leave you alone now. I'll leave you alone. Look, I'd tell you more if I could, but they keep it all hush-hush. He works for this big shot up in Pasadena. His name's Trammell. So, I don't know. Maybe Trammell is the one who wants this going on. I don't know. Please, just let me go, man. Just let me go.
Reginald's gonna quickly pat him down.
He has a gun.
Of course he does. That gun is going to be confiscated. He hasn't been a good boy, so his toys are getting taken away. What kind of gun does this gentleman have?
A small handgun. It would count as a light weapon. We'll get the specifics on it later. I know all about Los Angeles. I don't know about guns.
That's fair. Reginald is also going to remove the sap from his grip, and he'll let him up. Get out of here.
You got it. You're never going to see me again.
That's a good thing. And as Reginald is saying this, he's going to pull out one of his Colt M1911s and cock it.
Yeah. I told you everything I know, man. I told you everything I know. I'm just going to go. You'll never see me again.
Disappear. Then Reginald is going to go to the last place that he knew Kay was.
Kay's gone. Meanwhile, back at Buchwald's office.
Oh, I suppose I could try intimidating this receptionist.
Oh, okay.
Shit. Good luck, buddy.
How does that play out?
Lady, your boss is on the hook for some serious crimes, and if you don't want to get taken down for aiding and obstruction, you're gonna get out of our way and let us talk to them.
Do you have a warrant, sir? I know my rights.
Can I spend a point to be extra intimidating?
You could try another skill, but just spending a point will get it done, yeah.
I will do that. In universe, that's me just giving her a look. Ask me if I have a warrant again.
All right. Go inside. No funny business. I can... What's your... That she decides not to ask your badge number. But you get the vibe that she might call the police when you're not in earshot.
Take an early day.
Okay. You now have access to Abraham Buchwald.
Alrighty.
He looks like the most average accountant that you have ever seen. He's balding slightly, put on a few pounds. He's got a degree on his wall. There's a picture of him smiling with a woman and 2 kids. You assume it's his wife on the desk. And he says, "Look, I don't know who you are, but you're not Ramona Cavarilla."
Yeah, I bet that caught your attention, didn't it?
Yes, but I don't do that anymore.
We're doing some digging on behalf of, a client. And your name has popped up. We'd like to know a little bit more about this stuff that you don't do anymore.
I worked for Mr. Cavarilla from 1918 when I opened my business until his death in 1924. He was a wealthy man, and at that time, keeping track of his accounts kept me afloat. He was a man who paid very well, and I had just started out in the business. I couldn't afford to say no. Actually, his death put me in a bit of a financial pickle, but...
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yes.
Out of curiosity, does a touch of assess honesty tell me anything?
He is telling you the truth, probably. Really, the thing that you're getting is that, like, this is pulling up things that he hadn't thought he would need to talk about and hasn't talked about for a very long time. But generally, you feel that he does not seem to think very highly of a Cavarilla as he's saying these things.
Huh.
If that makes sense?
Yeah.
It was just a job.
Yes. I suppose you know that a Cavarilla was the leader of, I guess you'd call it a church.
I'd call it a cult, actually.
If you're being generous.
I try to be. They worshipped an old world god out of Europe named Golgoroth. It was very druidy, you know? There was another guy, George Ayers, a professor. He was an expert in old religions, and he and Akaveria sort of ran the whole thing. He hosted orgies. Like, there's no other way to call it.
So I've heard.
But that's like how they worship. That was their worship, through orgies. They had this drug that they took. It was called nectar.
Nectar.
Yeah.
Yeah, we found this old book of yours. It mentioned something called N that people were selling. I was starting to wonder what that was.
Could I have that book, please?
Now, why would you want this old thing? You haven't worked for him for, well, nigh on a decade now.
Yes. Therefore, I wouldn't want anybody thinking that I'm still associated with this group.
Well, if you can give me a reason that I don't need this book.
Where did you get that? You know what? Don't tell me. Don't tell me.
Yeah, that's probably for the best.
I will tell you everything I know. Truly. Everything I know. If you could give me that book, and I'm going to burn it.
I would like to assess honesty if he will actually tell me everything he knows.
He is really worried about this book. And he is trying to stay chill, like he's trying to stay calm, but you could feel, both of you could feel that this guy is really terrified of this. Like, if this were to come out, it would ruin his honest business.
Well, you get talking and I'll just hold on to this until you're done.
Look, the nectar, it was a drug, and it was worth a lot of money. Like, a lot of money. He sold it to members of the church and other sort of real jaded outsiders. That's what the books record, as maybe you know. Mr. Akavaria's nectar trade. It was the source of all of his money. He inherited some money, but most of it was from the nectar. What else do you want to know?
Well, how'd you meet the man? Do you ever attend any of these orgies?
I tried to stay out of them. I never participated myself.
Ever see a couch with a mouth? Never mind. That weird question.
I mean, I understand the context, but even I say what the fuck to that.
Alright, fucked Collin up a little to learn that.
Okay. Look, yes, okay, I did participate in a couple of the orgies. Look, of course I did. Akavaria wanted me to. He said that's how he would knew that I was loyal. I didn't take any of the nectar, though. That stuff, people got real weird when they took that stuff.
Define real weird.
It's like they went mad. They wouldn't care about anything except searching for pleasure, their version of pleasure. And I saw not just sex, it was mostly sex, but I saw some violence. They did things to animals. It was disgusting. I did my best not to go to the ceremonies. Kavaria wanted me to go to most of them. I tended to get sick, he does air quotes, when the ceremonies would happen. Is that all?
Well, JP, you got any questions for the nice man?
I don't, but that makes me feel like I'm missing something.
Do you know anything about what happened on the farm then?
That's when it all went to shit, right?
That is my understanding.
Okay, so one day, Kavaria called me up to the house, and when I showed up, he was raving. He said that there was a police investigation trying to bring him down. He told me that if the police came around asking questions, that I wasn't supposed to talk to them. No shit. There was a big ceremony a few weeks after that. I begged out of it, in particular because if the police were looking around, I didn't want to be any part of that. I never saw any police, though. I know somebody was investigating, but I don't know if they were the police. But it's a good thing I stayed away. That was the night everything blew up. I think the investigation must have had something to do with it, but I don't know what happened. I don't want to know what happened. I'm just glad that none of that stuff blew up on me. I have a family now. I got a wife and children. I don't want any part of it. And please, I beg of you, this doesn't need to come out in the open. It's done. It's over. No good can come of looking into this. I really want to ask you, just let sleeping dogs lie on this. Or at least let me lie out of it. I don't know.
Got a real way with words there. Well, Mr. Bookbald, we're sorry for troubling you. Thank you for the information. I suppose I'll leave this book with you.
If you would like, you could spend a point of assess honesty to get one more bit here.
Oh, absolutely. What else am I going to use it on? I'll flip open the book before I pass it to him. One more thing before I give this back to you. I just want you to be absolutely certain you're not forgetting to tell me anything.
Well, I guess I remember the last thing he told me. Well, really the last thing he told me was don't talk to the police. But the time before that, we were sitting in this study going over the accounts, and he said something really weird to me. He felt like he was really proud. He was saying it out of the blue. And he said, Abraham, he always called me Abraham. Abraham, would you like to know something that is truly perverse? All of those who follow me are deceived. My work goes deeper than any of them know. Prepare yourself, Abraham. Prepare yourself for the end of everything. And I don't have the faintest idea of what he meant by that.
Well, I suppose that's probably for the best.
But you understand? You prying into this stuff. Look, I don't know what the end is, the end of anything, everything. You should go home to your families, hug your loved ones, and forget about all of this. I'm not saying that as a threat, to be clear. I'm saying that as a warning. This is bad. Be careful. And please, leave me out of it.
Well, as long as you keep your nose clean, I don't think we'll have any reason to come back here and balance the books. As we'll leave him with the book and we can head out.
You're leaving him with the book, or you're leaving with the book?
Leaving him with
We
the
did
book.
give him our word.
That was the deal.
Okay. Yeah, I know that was the deal, but maybe you didn't honor the deal. And he presses a button and tells his secretary, everything's fine. Everything's fine.
Oh, she's gone. I told her to take the day off.
Oh. Oh, okay.
Yeah, a little awkward now.
Hey there, listener. Did you know that just for the price of a cup of coffee, you could send us that money instead and we could have a cup of coffee? It's true! Daniel's Dread Tales is a free podcast kept afloat by your generous donations, of which we have not currently received any, but that's because we haven't asked, maybe? So that's why we're asking. Please? You can find the donate link in our link tree. Thanks!
Hey Shannon, I have this really awful issue with a rash in a place I can't discuss on air. Do you have anything to help me with that?
Oh boy, do I, Matt! Have you tried Dice Fiends? It's a podcast where games are played, and it's great, and it'll clear all your rashes up, especially the ones in those unmentionable places.
Oh, is it okay if I get it in an orifice?
I don't know how you would do that, it's audio. You can find it anywhere podcasts are.
Alright, I'm gonna head straight to my nearest podcast center and get me a jar of Dice Fiends. Thanks, Shannon.
You're welcome, Matt.
Dice Fiends has not been proven to clear rashes, but it can relieve boredom. If Dice Fiends is exposed to an orifice, contact your doctor immediately. You can find Dice Fiends and other shows like it on the Imaginary Broadcast Network.
Kay, Dr. Morgan.
Hello.
You wake up, you're tied to a chair.
My head. What? My first instinct is try the ropes. My second instinct is to look around. Where am I?
You are in it almost looks like an office. You are in an office of some sort with a desk moved to the side. There are blinds that open up to the outside. At least from here, it looks like you're not on the first story of a building. You're in essentially what looks like a side room, maybe in a larger office.
So screaming won't help. Is there anybody in the room with me?
There is. There's somebody who had just lifted some smelling salts to your face. They're looking right at you as you come up. It's a foul-looking man. His teeth are a little bit crooked. He's got a sort of frumpy outfit. He's got a big old coat. He's got a fedora on. Well, actually, you see the fedora sitting on a coat stand nearby. Miss Morgan. I'm sorry. Dr. Morgan. Is that right? You don't need to respond. I know that's right. I feel like you didn't get my message yesterday. Well, surely you got my message because you left your hotel and went to another one. But you need to be leaving Los Angeles. Remember? You leave Los Angeles. And yet you're still here. How did that happen?
I suppose that if I tell you I've learned my lesson and the moment you let me go I will leave, you are not going to believe me.
You are right. That's very, very perceptive of you. He pulls a blackjack out, and
Does everything have to end with violence?
it didn't have to go this way. You were warned. And he just gives you a smack on the face. Take 1 damage. You realize that he, pulled his punch, as it were. He could have knocked you out with this.
I still look at him with one of my eyes already swelling shut. And I say, does it make you feel like a big man? Beating a defenseless woman half your size? And I spit blood at him.
Oh, all right. So, your friends, J.B. Falk, the writer, Collin Kane, the detective, and Kilworth, we're not quite sure what his deal is. The one with the eye patch, though. The mustache and the eye patch.
No idea who you're talking about.
Oh, no. Really? Lose another point. No, don't lie to me. Don't lie to me. I know. I just told you all your names. You think you could just... Look. Who do you work for? Who sent you here? You tell me that. I drive you to the airport, you fly out the city, and then we're good to go.
I'm just here visiting my Aunt Jen.
Oh my God, lady. I feel I need to explain the stakes here, lady.
I'm gonna start crying. What do I want? Do I want pretty or do I want messy? I think I'll go with messy. I'll just start ugly crying.
See? You understand the situation you're in. And it's a bad situation. Because you see, and he walks over to a desk, he reaches inside, and puts a revolver on the desk.
I'm still bawling my eyes out.
Oh, okay.
Just blubbering, please. Please don't. No, please don't.
You didn't come here for... No. You came here for a reason, okay? You know what? No, we don't need to do this, guy. We don't need to make this a permanent thing. I don't want to kill you. I'm not getting paid to kill you. Killing you brings up a lot of questions. He puts the gun back down. How much, calm down. Stop crying. I put the gun away. I put it away.
Just like snot running down my face. Just mascara all over.
You're a professor, right? Do you do much typing? You type up reports? You have people do that for you.
I nod shakily.
You have people do that for you?
No.
So, which finger do you use the least? He says as he pulls out a pair of not particularly sharp-looking scissors. Clippers of... But you realize as you're looking at them, there's some blood on them.
Oh.
Just tell me who you work for. Or I cut off your pinky finger. Real simple.
How is he looking? Is he like a big beefy guy?
He is a big beefy guy. I'm
Sure.
actually going to pause for a second
Thank you.
and go back to Reginald. Reginald,
Okay.
you get in there and you see that Kay is gone.
Well, she's an adult. She can take care of herself.
Not helpful.
Reginald is first going to go over to the table and take a quick glance and see what she was working on.
Yeah, it looks like she was looking at books and that also she was very clearly in the middle of looking at stuff.
Alrighty.
Oh, also the chair's knocked over.
Does evidence collection tell me any?
The soaked rag is just dropped on the floor.
Okay. Pick that up, put it in a little bag. I'm going to refer to the address book that we found for Samson Trammell's information, specifically any associated address.
All right, it's an address in Pasadena.
Perfect. What time of the day would you say this?
It's about noon.
Would we have, set a time to meet up?
Dinner time, maybe?
Oh, cowabunga it is. Looks like Reginald is going for a drive to Trammell's house.
You notice as you leave, the goon that you were dealing with is still, his car is outside and he's getting into it and getting ready to leave. And he does see you, he's like, ha ha, I didn't do anything. I'm just leaving.
I'm gonna need to borrow your car.
Okay. What, yeah, no problem. I didn't do anything, okay? I didn't do anything. I don't know nothing.
You tried to sneak up on me with a sap, and a handgun. And over the time that I let you go, you could have been long gone by now and you're still here. I don't trust you. So as I said, you'll be lending me your card.
Sense trouble, difficulty 4.
Ooh. Okay, maybe I will spend my last point of sense trouble. I didn't even need to spend it. I rolled a 4. That's 5 in total.
Yay.
He was getting ready to stab you with a knife.
So I also picked up brass knuckles. So I am going to aim for this guy's jaw with said brass knuckles. And you know what? I will spend an additional 2 on the scuffling roll.
Okay.
So what is my hit threshold?
3.
I hit.
Yes, you do hit. That's not going to take you
No,
down.
it's not.
Cool. Now he's going to try to stab you.
My hit threshold is 4, by the way.
Okay. He's going to spend 2 points.
Oof.
7 is a higher number than 4.
Yep.
As you guys are just kind of in this car, sort of rolling around. He rolled a 3, so he does 2 damage to you.
Ow.
Get the fuck out of here! Nobody crosses them, okay?
I was stabbed, and I don't like being stabbed. This went from knockout range to lethal range. I'm gonna pull out one of my 1911s.
Okay, and you're just gonna shoot him?
Yeah. Dig him in his stomach and shoot him.
Okay.
I will spend 1. Wow. I apparently missed at point blank range.
The gun goes off, but as you're wrestling in the car and in the seats and trying to get your gun out, it goes off and misses.
Yeah.
Though the sound of a gunshot is going to bring attention to you pretty quickly. He's going to try to stab you one more time. He's going to spend 2 points. He got a 3, so I think that misses you as well.
It does.
Okay, so this is a bad situation.
I'm gonna spend 2 points.
Okay.
And, well, I'm guaranteed gonna hit. So that's 5 in total.
You killed him, man.
Motherfucker's getting kicked out of his car and going to fucking Tramel's place.
Hey, I'm just letting you know you should search his body before you go.
Yeah, I'll probably do that.
Buddy's coming with me.
Search his body, then kick him out of the car.
He had a knife that was in his car. But you find in his wallet a couple bucks and also a business card that says Pisner Brothers Private Investigation. Pizner. Pisner Brothers Private Investigation. And it says security, labor, conflict, infidelity with an address. Huh. This is like a weird coincidence. It's in the same building that Buchwald's in.
Huh. Wow.
That doesn't feel like a coincidence.
I mean, there's a lot of businesses in that building, but
Looks like we're going to the Pisner Brothers. Gonna go visit a private dick.
After we killed one of them.
He deserved it.
what do you do with the body?
Carpool lane.
Is it all like city between here and the Pisner Brothers address?
Yes. They're all city blocks. By the way, there were 2 gunshots. And it's noon in the city.
There wasn't a lot of people around.
There are a lot of people around.
How close am I to the LA Aqueduct?
As close as you need to be.
Looks like Mr. Attempted Mugger here is gonna go for a quote-unquote swim in the aqueduct.
Is that going to be first, or are you going to go to the Pisner Brothers and then drop off his body later?
Oh, that's gonna be first.
Okay. So you sort of just prop him up in the passenger seat?
Yep.
Okay.
Weekend at Bernie's him.
I need you to either make me a stealth roll or a driving roll to get out of here without people accosting you.
That's fair. Is it gonna be the same difficulty either way?
Same difficulty either way.
Both the same. So I'll go driving. And my difficulty, monsieur?
4.
I'm gonna spend 2 in that. So I got 6 in total.
Great. You drive quickly to the office building where Buchwald and the Pisners are. We'll pause for now. We're going to go back to Kay. What are you doing?
Are my legs tied? Can I move my legs at all?
No.
Shit. Okay. Preparedness.
Ah, yes.
Can preparedness be knowledge
Of what?
of how to get out of the ropes? Apparently, you have to dislocate your thumb.
You know what? That is a good use of preparedness. I will let you have that.
Okay.
You gotta make it, it's a difficulty 4 roll.
Okay. I'm gonna spend 4.
Okay, just hold on. You only need to spend 3, because you're gonna get
Right.
at least a 1 on the, yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna spend 3 points of preparedness. And while he's hitting me, I'm just gonna dislocate my thumb.
Okay.
So he doesn't notice that, I mean, I'm in pain either way, right? So
yeah,
I'm,
you've been doing this while he's been beating on you.
Yes, I'm crying out, so he attributes that to him beating me, right?
Yes.
And not me dislocating my thumb.
Which actually hurt a lot more.
Yeah.
It's like a stealth fart.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
How close is he to me? Like, when
He's been going in and out. He's been going close and then backing up, and going close and then backing up.
Okay, with his, like, little scissors.
Yeah.
How close is he?
He's trying to get close to you, so he wants you to feel the blade on your finger, is what he's trying to do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, he's gonna notice that I'm out of the rope.
Yes.
So what the thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to grab the scissors and stab him in the groin.
Oh, shit. Okay. That's gonna be a weapon use, I think, because that is a weapon.
Could it be athletics?
That's not athletics. I could give you scuffling, maybe. It's either scuffling or, that's what it'd be. Scuffling or weapons. It's not gonna be athletics.
I don't have anything in either.
Athletics could be to, like, stand up and move, but if you're actually trying to fight this guy, it doesn't sound like you have the skills for it. I'm looking here. Oh, you have firearm skills. That's not really helping you at this moment.
Yeah,
Shoot him with the knife.
You know there's a firearm sitting on the desk, but...
Okay, he's behind me. Fuck it, I'm going for it.
Oh, by the way, real quick, Kay, you wouldn't know this. Nobody would know this, but our audience, if they were looking at it, this guy who is beating up Dr. Morgan looks exactly like the guy that Kilworth just shot to death.
Oh, I see it now.
Yeah.
That makes a whole lot of sense.
Yeah.
So here's what I want to do. I want to try and lunge over to the table. I don't know how much I can move with the chair.
You want to try to get the gun.
I'm going to try to leap over to the table and get the gun. Yes.
All right. This is going to be harder than a normal roll. This is going to be a difficulty 6 athletics check to bust out of that.
I'm going to spend 5.
Ooh.
Holy shit.
Okay.
That sounds exhausting.
Hope you don't need to do athletics again later. Then again, this guy is doing some pretty nasty stuff to you.
Yeah, so I kind of want this to work right now.
Yes.
Understandable. Okay. Fuck this guy.
Well, you automatically succeed.
With a titanic lunge, I drop myself onto the table, grab the gun, and I'm gonna shoot him in the groin.
Okay. Firearms roll. His hit threshold is 4.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot. We're going to need to go back and deal with this later, but killing somebody in a fight earlier, we should have had you made a stability roll, Reggie. And you getting kind of tortured also is going to affect your stability, but we'll deal with that.
Oh, yeah, obviously. Yeah.
We'll deal with that later. Sorry.
I'm going to spend 3 firearms.
Okay. So you're automatically going to hit him. So I need you to just roll me a d6, and that'll be the damage you do.
Only 2.
Okay. Collin, JB, you just heard a gunshot.
Huh.
Oh, yeah, and I'm also screaming at the top of my lungs, help, help.
Yeah.
Like, immediately after the gunshot.
Yeah.
Any chance we could locate our friend from these noises?
So the yelling is probably not going to work, but the gunshot is going to work. And, something about it makes it feel like that's something that you should investigate.
Yeah.
Well, you feel like being a hero, JB?
Always.
All right. Well, I guess we'll go check it out then. I was going to suggest brunch.
Yeah, I think what's going to happen is actually, we don't need to overthink this. I think you locate the floor you heard it come from the floor right below where you were on.
There you go.
You go down there, and right as you are getting off, you run into Reggie, who ran up there because that's where the Pisner Brothers detective agency is.
Is that gunshot you, Reg?
Nope, wasn't me.
Where's Kay?
Points at the Pisner Brothers office door. Most likely in there.
Rushing, running, montage.
Yeah.
Open the door. Kay's standing over the guy's lifeless body.
It's locked.
Ah, shit. What do we do?
Kick it down.
Oh, yeah, I guess we can kick it down.
Come on, we're 3 fully grown men. We can bust down a door.
Can we do it without spending points, though?
Well, it'll be an athletics roll to bust down the door.
Oh, never mind. I'm not helpful. Oh, wait. I do have athletics.
You have
Difficulty?
athletics.
Yeah.
Difficulty 5.
Oh, wow.
Nah, difficulty 4. I mean, it's just a normal door. If you would like to work together, with essentially cooperation means, you guys can spend your points, like, one person rolls, but you can spend points from multiple pools.
Oh, okay.
You have to explain how you're working together to do it, but in this one, you're all pushing on the door. Like, that makes sense.
So, if each of us spends 1 point of athletics, we're guaranteed to get it.
Yeah, it tracks.
Works for me. I can do that. I can't do more than that.
Yeah, so I'll spend one
All right.
for that.
Yeah.
All right.
Collin Kane somehow out of breath from pushing on a door.
Oh, man.
Wait, you have 1 athletics point? How did
Yep.
that happen? It's better to have... Okay, well, whatever.
Colin is apparently
Maybe
just not very athletic.
Yeah, apparently not.
I swear I played football in high school.
That's why he has Reggie around.
You were the equipment manager.
How do I have more athletics than you?
I just let myself get a little bit out of shape these past couple... Oh, high school was a long time ago.
What you see as you kick down the door is just sitting in the middle of the room is a... Well, I mean, you see the scene that you think you would see. Kay has shot this man who is injured and is dived to the ground. He is hiding behind a cabinet that he sort of kicked down.
He didn't pass out from the pain shock?
No,
I shot him in the balls, man.
I'm aware of that. He's not dead, though. And he pops up from behind the cabinet with a shotgun in his hands and says, "Everybody freeze!"
Go for the eyes, JB.
So first, should we do the stability test for the first person that I off?
Yes, let's go back in and do these stability checks. I forgot about those because I forget about those
Now,
sometimes.
do I get any grace for the fact that Reginald has killed people before?
Yeah, he is a soldier.
Whenever you kill a human being, there is a little bit of a stability loss. That's just how it goes.
Okay.
So, for killing another human, that's going to be a stability loss of 3, difficulty 4.
I'm going to be risky and I'm going to spend 1. I didn't need to spend, but I succeeded.
Meanwhile, the sort of torture that you were receiving,
Mm-hmm.
Kay, is going to be a difficulty 4 stability check, and if you fail it, you will lose 5 stability.
Oh, holy hell.
Getting tortured is not pleasant.
Yeah, it's like they always say, better to give than receive.
All right.
Well, actually, even torturing somebody is not great.
No, it's not. Shit. I'm gonna spend 2. Whew.
So you lose 2 stability, but
Okay, I've retained most of it.
2 is better than 5.
Especially when you only have 8 to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
He raises his shotgun and, like, everybody freeze.
yeah.
Now, getting back to the present, before he finishes that sentence, I am going to spend 1 firearms to be able to shoot with 2 pistols at once.
Christ. Of course you looked up the dual pistol rules. Of course.
Honestly, I didn't look them up, I just noticed them while I was looking at other stuff. And then I am going to spend... His hit threshold is 4, you mentioned?
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm going to spend 3 in total.
Which means you still got to roll because it costs 1 to shoot 2 guns.
Yep. I'm not shooting
Don't roll.
to kill.
Well, okay.
I'm basically kind of aiming for arms at this point, as best as
Okay.
possible.
He's already been shot once today.
Yeah, but, you take a bullet to the arms, you're not going to be shooting very accurately with a shotgun.
I feel like I could say the same about the groin.
And that's 7.
Okay, you hit him.
Is this considered point-blank range, or...
No, it's not point blank range. It's just a regular
Yeah.
shot.
So yeah, it's 6 damage then.
Oh, all right. You killed this man. You may not have been trying to kill this man, but I don't know if you shot him in the head accidentally, but this man is dead.
Just gonna be one of those kinds of days,
1911s go away.
You may have ended this family line.
huh?
I mean, I had ended this family line first.
Yeah, that is entirely fair.
Okay, so you have killed someone in a fight, so that's going to be another stability loss of 3, difficulty 4.
And the rest of us just saw men killed.
That is a stability loss of 1. You witness a killing. Difficulty 4,
shit.
loss of 1.
So I'm going to spend 1 more point, and I succeeded.
I can afford a.
I passed.
Yay!
Renee passed. 2 5s.
All right, and JB.
Working on it.
Yeah, no rush.
Yay. I'm alright.
Yay!
We're all just like, yeah, that guy probably deserved it.
The killing gets easier, I guess.
I mean, what do you mean probably? Have you seen my face?
You doing okay, Kay?
I'll survive.
Yeah, we should talk about everything.
Yeah.
Let's,
Somebody really, really doesn't want us to investigate this case.
Did he say anything before he met his untimely end?
This guy?
Well, he didn't know who we worked for. That was his first question.
Well, I suppose she'll be glad to hear that at least.
yeah.
Well, I know who they were working for. Samson Trammell.
Trammell.
Yeah, he was a guy in one of Ayers' address book.
And a reminder, technically he was working for the captain, but the captain worked for Trammell.
Yeah.
We found out what this end stuff was. It's nectar. Some sort of, I don't know, psycho drug. Makes people do stuff.
Look, do stuff.
Yeah.
What sort of stuff?
Go out of their minds searching for whatever they consider pleasure. Yeah,
Perhaps-
actually, Book Vault, his office is right upstairs.
Is it now?
Scared the crap out of his receptionist.
And him.
Yeah, he won't be forgetting us anytime soon.
At this point, half of Los Angeles is going to know our faces really soon if we don't get out of here.
Reginald is going to quickly kind of try and pat down the person that he just ended. Evidence selection get anything without a spend?
He has another business card
Aha!
for the private investigation firm that you're inside of at the moment.
Alrighty.
Can I look in the desk real quick?
Yeah, there's a gun in there. Actually, as you're looking at it, you didn't notice this before because you were kind of like being beaten
Kinda
up and you're trying to
busy,
break your
yeah.
hand. It's your gun. It's
Oh,
like
it's mine.
he took it off of you when he tied you up.
Oh, that
Okay.
makes sense.
Yeah.
No, I meant like inside the desk where like the paperwork is, that kind of thing.
You look through it, there's a bunch of handwritten notes with your descriptions, and they're postmarked from a Savannah, Georgia address.
Savannah, Georgia. Doesn't...
Well, it's a description of the men and not you.
The Savannah, Georgia address. Does that look familiar?
It's just a post office in Savannah.
Well, who do we know in Savannah who knows what we look like and is involved with the cult?
All those people who attacked us?
My thoughts exactly.
I mean, I know who you're referring to. You're referring to Job, right?
Big time, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Technically, Job doesn't know what I look like because I wasn't in the room with Job.
So it's not Joe.
as you go through the stuff, you could use evidence collection to start going through things.
Yes, please.
There's a lot of case files for different stuff that he's doing. His most recent stuff, he has contact information for a W for Walker.
Mm-hmm.
That seems to be the person that he's been calling recently. There's no address, but there is a phone number, which you could try to figure out where that leads to.
Okay.
And there is a safe here, but the safe is sealed shut.
I look to the gentleman. Would any of you be able to give me a hand with this?
You would need to spend a point of locksmith to get a safe open.
I can do that.
Okay.
While I'm working away, I'm talking to JP. Well, Mr. Falk, you ever dispose of a body?
What? What?
Yeah, me either. I'm kind of freaking out a little bit.
As that conversation's going on, Reginald is also going to take a look at the desk, but he's going to specifically take a look to see if there's any concealed compartments or anything like that.
Good thought, but there are not. You're able to pop the safe open. Inside is $955.
Okay.
Boy.
Don't mind if we do.
And
Oh, God,
an
that's
invoice. It's like the invoice Walker, this W, had sent Pisner here $1,000 to deal with you.
Hmm.
Seems like
Wow.
he spent some of the money, but
Let's
Alright.
say we go give Mr. Walker here a refund.
We only have the phone number, but I appreciate the sentiment. We'll figure out where the number leads.
I'll give you this because you've been in LA long enough and looking at phone numbers and stuff. This is a Pasadena phone number. You could tell from the area code.
Well, looks like we're going to Pasadena next.
We should check in with Kearns real quick. I think Miss Winston Rogers would be interested to know that one of the people responsible for her father's situation managed to make a getaway.
Who? Buchwald?
No, Ayers.
Oh, Ayers. Yeah.
Since apparently he was running the cult alongside the Cavalria.
We can find him. We know where he is.
Well, you know where he went to a few years ago.
Archaeological digs take a long time, especially in the 30s.
It's not like he's been back here that we know of.
Imagine if we go all the way to Ethiopia and it turns out
Just missed him.
just missed him.
No, going to Ethiopia might be a place to go to follow up on clues, but right now you're in Los Angeles, so.
Kearns, Pasadena.
Can I rest somewhere on the way?
Nope, I'm gonna blast the radio.
There might not be time to rest, but somebody could fix you up a bit. Who's our medic?
I believe that's me.
That's what I thought as well.
I think I've got first aid as well.
What's easier for somebody to do it to you? The way it works is you heal for each point spent on the roll.
Right.
But if you do it to yourself, you have to spend 2 points to heal 1 point.
Oh, yeah.
So you don't want to do it to yourself. If
No,
possible.
absolutely.
And what was the difficulty again? All right.
Yay.
Okay. So that means that you are healed 2 points. You're not healed
Okay.
to 3 points, but you're healed 2 points.
That's fine.
You're gonna have a bruise and it'll be sensitive for a little bit, but take 2 of these and call me in the morning. Cigarettes.
All right.
Sure. Well, at
I'm
least
running out of smokes here.
At least my thumb is not bent at 90-degree angle anymore, so I guess thanks for that.
I'm going to need somebody to make a driving or a stealth roll, difficulty 6, to hide the body that's in this car. Unless I guess you could just leave it in the car.
How big's this safe?
Oh, I was thinking about the body that's downstairs, but I guess you could, oh, gross. You could put this body that you have in this safe. Dear God.
Perfect.
There's blood all over the place and clearly signs of struggle, but...
This is what I'm doing unless somebody has a better idea.
To use conceal to try and, cover this up, what sort of a difficulty would I be looking at?
What would you be doing to conceal it?
Well, we've already talked about hiding the body in the safe.
If you're planning on doing that, that'd be a difficulty 4. You hide it in the safe, and this would also deal with, covering up the blood, and I mean, if somebody looks hard, they're going to find that somebody fought here, but they're not going to necessarily find the body until it starts to smell. But that'll be a little while.
Until it starts to smell, and that smell gets through the safe.
Exactly.
So yeah, I'll spend...
And we're going to be long gone from LA by that point, hopefully.
Oh, exactly. I'm going to spend 2.
Okay.
And I failed. So I think it's concealed.
You think it's concealed? Yep. You sure think it's concealed.
I'm not Dick Tracy. I'm not Dick Tracy.
As far as the stealth check, I will spend 2 stealth as well. What difficulty am I looking at here?
Difficulty 4.
Aha, that one I succeeded.
Okay. I don't know how you do it, but you're able to hide that body. We don't need to go into the details of it too much.
Weekend at Bernie's.
Christ.
Why do I gotta sit in the blood?
Are we going to talk to Kearns first, or are we going to Pasadena first?
Update Kearns with the information for Winston Rogers.
He gave you the number of the hotel he's staying at, so.
Right.
You update him on the situation. He is very concerned. Are you all okay?
Kay got a little banged up, but she'll be fine.
All right. Well, you guys be careful.
And you as well, Karen.
Yeah. Maybe you make that call while Reggie's dropping off the body.
Yep. Find a spot that's fairly secluded, maybe a bench somewhere in a park. Sit him up, make it look like he's reading a newspaper.
As you guys drive towards Pasadena to figure out where this cult leader is, we flash back to Pisner's office, and we see LAPD is in there, looking around. They find the descriptions of all 4 of you.
Oh,
Shit.
shit.
Somebody should have took those.
Oh, shit.
And some people that will say they saw people that matched your description going into there, and there was gunfire, and there's a secretary who was very scared of what was going on and left before anything went down. And as you drive to Pasadena, there is now a warrant for your arrest.
Going to prison's the one thing she wanted us not to do.
Hopefully, the cops will be the worst of your problems, but I suspect that will not be the case.
Thanks for listening. Daniel was our Trail of Cthulhu GM. Nathan plays J.B. Falk, the hapless writer. Renee plays Kay Morgan, the widowed professor. Damien plays Reginald Kilworth, the traumatized vet. And Russell plays Collin Kane, the soft-boiled detective, in addition to editing, sound design, and etc. Our main theme is by Claire L.W. on Bandcamp. Our album art is by Trinity the Tea Time Witch, and additional music is performed, and if you want to be generous, written by Renee and myself. Did you know we do other stuff? The last Sunday of every month, we run a live-streamed one-shot over on YouTube, and at the end of March, we'll be running a 24-hour extra live stream, because our minds are finally starting to go, and we might as well hasten their ends. You can find out more on our Discord, which you can find a link to if you are strong of will and stout of character. Again, thanks for listening, and until next time, this little piggy went to market, this little piggy went home. This little piggy had roast beef, and this little piggy has seen some shit. You don't mess with this little piggy, you hear me?
Sit him up. Make it look like he's reading a newspaper.
Oh boy.
Christ. You setting him up sitting on a park bench, I don't know if that's the ending. What do we want to end on here?
The children finding the body, I suppose.
My God.
No, not that?